Okay, so wait for a moment. Okay, so I'm recording the meeting, so maybe you can proceed. So so after that, actually the camera filters from the Snapchat and or Instagram is also some kind of AR stuff. So as you can see in the real world, there's a dog, but we are adding a spectacles on the dog from the software, so you can see that the dog is wearing a spectacles, something like that. So we are adding some information into the real world. Okay, so furthermore, the augmented reality AR, it actually has three common types. The first one is the marker based, and the second one is the markerless augmented reality, and then the last one is the location based. So I'm going to explain the top two of these types. So for the market-based AR, based on the word, we can see that it's based on a marker. So it means that we require a marker to trigger the AR stuff. So the example of the marker is some image or an object or a QR code. So maybe you can see from the example here. So this is a name card with a QR code. So when we use our phone to scan the QR code, it will show up the AR stuff. So it means that this type of market-based AR, it requires something to trigger the AR to come up. Okay, so secondly, the markerless AR is different from the marker-based is because that it does not require any marker, and then it will depend on the surrounding features such as flat surface or corner. So for example, you can see from this picture here. Okay, so you see the dinosaur. The dinosaur is directly standing on the ground. Instead of flying on the sky or flying on the middle, is on the ground. So it means that actually the software or the camera actually detected that it has a flat surface, so it will place the dinosaur on it. So this is markerless AR, and also sometimes for the furniture design or some renovation, we can also use this type of markerless AR to see whether the furniture is fit into our surrounding or not. So actually, this is a very small section for me to just introduce the basic knowledge of the AR. So after that, I will pass it to Hall, and then he will share his experience on how to build a real AR project. So I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Hey.
Your mic is muted.
Your mic. You're muting your mic. Hello?
Sorry. Okay, sorry everyone. So I'm Ho, and then just now I think that Lee has just gave all of us a very brief background about what's AR. Then now we start to into the software part. So now please open your Unity, which you downloaded yesterday one. So I assume that everyone has this screen, right? Like you have to install 2019 version of Unity. And then under the project part, what you need to do now is we create a new. And then here you can choose 3D or AR, but I recommend to choose 3D because if AR, there's lots of many templates, so the file will be larger a bit. So choose 3D is fine. Then put your project name. So I will just put it as a workshop. And then create. So in today, what we're going to do is actually, here I've pre-done it, solar system. So let me show that what can this do first. for a second because I'm opening another. Okay. Wait lah. Wait a minute, because I think something is going wrong. I can't show this for some unknown reason. Never mind, we just do it directly. So after all of you have opened the Unity and you see something like this. So in default here it's always blank one. So you won't have anything here, and then here is also blank one. Since I'm still opening my Unity thing, I think we just wait a few minutes. Okay, so here's the default. So when you create a first project, you will see that this is a Unity layout. And then on your left-hand side, there's a hierarchy which you put all your project object inside it. It's basically like what you did in the SolidWorks. And then on your right-hand side, there's an inspector which usually show the properties of the game object here. For example, your main camera, your direction, like all the properties here. And the bottom side is the asset, which you put all your external files or import anything, you just put it here, or you're creating anything, you just put it here. And then on the top of that, you can see that there's a column here, which has 5 control, which I will tell you how to like basic control. So first of all, before we start this, we need to like install the Vivera first. So as you can see, now in this, since it is default Unity, so you doesn't have any Vivera thing here. So what you need to do is go to Asset Package Manager, and then wait for it to load the package. Okay, now you have see that it's coming a list of package you can download, and then you drag down and you see it, Vivera Engine AR, and you click it and just click install.
Ho, I think
Yes.
you can check on the chat.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you just leave it first because we need to, sorry, your Unity show not valid license. So what do you mean when you start your Unity or like going inside here? Have you tried retry and this problem still happen, right? That's weird. And actually, I'm not sure also. So yeah, you should create an account first, but I think you have to create an account only you can go into Unity, right? Can you try first? If any problem, you just tell me again. So, okay, after you install this Vivora, oops. So after you install, you close it. Then now, since Unity is basically used for normal games in our phone, so in here we are using Vivora. Vivora is some kind of, you can say, a library of software development kit in Unity, which is specifically used to develop AI and VR tools. So under here, you go for game object. After you install, you see a Vivora engine here, and then click on AI camera. You drag it to the top, and then now we doesn't need the main camera anymore, so delete. So before we start this thing, now you go to your Open Vivora engine configuration. You can see that there's a app license key here. So this is required you to like register a Vivora account. So let's go to Vivora developer portal. And then after you just type Vivora portal and you show it. So you go to development. So I don't think all of you have registered. So if you doesn't, you just register, and then it's a very quick process. And after you register, you just log in. So I wait like 1 or 2 minutes for you to register. So I think everyone has registered, right? And then now when you, so I do something in here, so you can see something here, but your one should be blank one. So what you do now, you go to license manager, and then you click a get development key.
Someone is asking, I somehow can't find the Vivora package in my package manager.
Okay. You go to here, and then here there's a advanced or anything. You just click on show. This doesn't show anything. It should be showing here. So just make it load all first. And here you may like, okay, just Unity registry. So don't choose in project or my asset because you doesn't have anything there. It should be having a user engine error here. So if you have still can't find, just tell me. There's alternative way to download that. Okay, so after you create a get license key, and then you will call you to add a free development license key. So just put the name you want to use for this license. For example, I just put the ABC and then confirm. So this is a free, after you create this, sorry, this is not. To do that, and then copy this license here, and then go to your app license key here, which the AI camera, and then open configuration there, and then just paste your license key. And then after you're pasting a license key, look it out, you can see that there's a max simultaneous track image or object here, which is 1 on 1. So basically, this means that when there's an image target, this how many the device will track when there's image target on screen. So for example, now it's 1. So the camera will only track 1 image target at the one time. So if you have 2 image target at the same time on the screen, it will just trigger 1. So if you want to track 2 at the simultaneous time, you just make it to 2 or 3. So however, as the number increase, the requirement for your device is become higher as well. So if your device is not powerful enough, they might be lagging. So after you've done this, now under the AI camera, we right click, and then you can see the Vivora engine here. Click on the image. Then there's currently no image data in your project. We like to import, just import it. I think everyone can't find a Vivra in their okay. Okay, that's good. I mean, so actually, when you install here, never mind. So let me ask, if any one of you have this AR here, this AR thing here. I know that we have to install the engine package first, but I think that for 2019 version is like pre-installed in the Vivra Unity. So that's why I didn't call them to install. So Opera doesn't have this AR thing. So it doesn't have this AR thing, or just like there's gray in gray, but you need to download. If yes, you just download. If no, you need to download from install the package from that. You just use the if you are AR template, you just use the AR template. But I just now I use 3D because that sometimes the AR template is pre-installed with many of the AR tutorials, so the file will be larger and the time taken will be longer. So I just tell them to install the 3D one. So if you have AR, you just click AR, it's fine as well. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, so go to referral package for Unity, and then you click the first link. And then under here, you can see the referral engine 10.0, and then you just click for, depends on your form, and then you just download for add referral engine to a Unity project, upgrade to the latest version. Click this, agree, and this should download. After this download, and then under here, the package manager here, after you download, and then you just click the plus sign here, and then you add your package from this, and then just select the Vivra package you just download from the net. So I wait 1 or 2 minutes for you to download since the file is quite large. So it's weird because that's the reason I call you to download 2019 is because the Vivra should be like pre-installed in this Unity. So that's why I didn't call you to download externally. This is for those that cannot download. Yeah. If you can download Vivra from Unity, that's all. You just hold on first, because I see many of them doesn't have Vivra in their Unity. So may I know how much of you has successfully like installed Vivra in their Unity, or there's all of you? Just raise up your hand, and then I just want to see. Just one. Just 4. Well, that's weird. And how many are facing the problem? So since someone is maybe whoever is facing the problem, just raise up your hand and let me see. Wow, that's much. So after you install the package and then you add it, have you solved the problem or it still remain the same? Oh, okay, sorry. So I just wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, you go to your Windows and then under Windows there's a package manager. Click on it, and then from here you can just search for Vuforia, and you show here. So so is it okay? You have installed the package and then you can install the Vuforia in your Unity, or it's still installing. So if no one talking, I assume that all of you has successfully installed and then you got the Vuforia installed in your Unity already. Okay. So continue to what we did. Yeah, Vuforia Engine AR. Just install it. Okay. Now we okay. So after you register and you log in, go to license manager, get development key, then type any name you want for this, and you just click the checking the box and then just confirm. So can I know how much of you has successfully registered the Vuforia and then you have create a license manager here, and just raise up your hand so I can know whether I should continue or not. Okay, I see only 2 of them, 3, 4. There's 10, we just continue up. Because now only 5, 6. Others still installing. Okay, after you register, you should add this thing, right? And here you should be blank one, and then you get development key. As the get development key, and then you will direct you to add a free development license key here. So you just add a name here, whatever name you like, and then check this box, and then just press confirm. And after that, here just show your license for your whatever you just create just now, and then you just click it, and then it will show a license in here. Copy this license, and in your Unity, click your AR camera, and then here's the open Vuforia engine configuration. Then copy your license in here. Yeah, 7 now, I'm at 6 now, still. So if anyone has finished like doing all of this, just raise up your hand so I can know whether I should proceed or not. Nice, 7 now, 8. So I think 2 more or 1 more, I just proceed. Anyone else? Okay, I just proceeded. So after you do this, so under the AR camera, you right click, and then you can see a viewer engine here. Click image, and then you show image target here. So make sure that this image target is under this AR camera. So because it's a parent and child relationship. So if you are like outside of this AR camera, it won't work one. So make sure it's under this AR camera. So when you create an image target, it will call you to like, it doesn't have anything you want to import, just import it. And while waiting everyone to import, okay, so now your screen should be showing like this, and then you can't see the image target, right? So double click on the image target, and so you can see a image target. You can see an image target here, which is an astronaut. So basically, this is the default picture from the Unity target image, as you can see here. So now we doesn't want to use the default one. I want to teach you how to customize your image target. So after you create the license, go to Target Manager, same as the referral portal there, and then click on the Add Database, and then here there's a 3 type, like device, cloud, and viewmark. So for the device one is it download the database into your device, so it doesn't really involve any online. For the cloud one, the recognition is done through cloud, which your device must be connected to the internet. For the viewmark is it's a special customized logo which usually use for company logo one. So in this case, we just use a normal device. So you can create anything you like, the database name. So I create one, the workshop. And then after you create it, just click on the database. And then under this database, you can see that it should be blank one. So you press the add target, and then there's a different type of target you can add to Vibra. For example, image or any 3D object or any 3D shapes. So now we're using the single, so picture first. So you have downloaded the files I give you just now, right? So there's a image target. So you just browse the file, and then you choose the image target I set just now for you, which is this one, the stones one. And then for the width here, you just like, it depends on the resolution of this picture. So in this case, you just put 0.16. I calculate for you since we are using the same image target. Sorry, can I repeat which part? Darian, can I know which part I need to repeat? Oh, okay. Adding an image target in the viewer, or okay, I think it's adding the image target in the viewer. So under this AR camera, you right click, and then there's a viewer engine here. Click on the image, and you show when you first done this, they will pop up a window here to cover. You doesn't have anything. You want to import the default database, you just press import it. Then after you import, you will show this thing. Or if it doesn't show, you just go to like this image target here, astronaut, drone, anything, you just choose it. This is the default picture from the infra database. But now it doesn't want to use the default one. We want to like teach you how to customize your image target. So we don't always using the default one. So I think this is fine, right? And then after you create, you can see that So you go to your target manager, add target, and then using single image, and then browse the file. There's an image target I sent. There's an image target picture, which is stone, which I sent in the upload in the workshop Teams. And then after that, the width here, you just go for 0.16, and then you have to only put a name for your target, any name you like, and then after you just press add. After that, you see this thing. So can I know how much of you has done this until now? Just raise out your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 2 more or 1 more, I guess. What do you set the image width to? 0.16. Actually, if you want to like know, basically, this width is measured in meter. So if you want, you can just click on the image resolution and then you convert the resolution into meter. I've converted it for you lah. So you just put 0.16. So we are using the same image I gave you right in the Teams folder. So anyone has done until here, just raise up your hand and so I can know. Um, 0.16. Chan, where are you now? I mean, which step until you? Chan again. So you say you can't keep up. May I know like which step you're currently in now? Okay, never mind. Just continue. So as you can see, after you create this, there's a rating here. So this rating carries that how well the system will recognize your image target. So for example, if you click on your image, you can see that you click on the show features here, and then these yellow points mean that this is the point that the system used to recognize your picture. So try to find a picture that's with discrete shape and complex. So don't want to use a picture if it's just a single cube. So the tracking will be very bad. It's okay. Just process. Yeah, it's okay. Just process it. It needs to take some time to like recognize the features here. So after you have add the stones into there, you just download the database. Since click these stones and then download the database. So for this, you ask you to select a different platform. So when you're using Unity Editor, so click on Unity Editor, and then you press download. So after you have downloaded the file, you should like take a time to compile your database. And after you download the file, then drag your file into the Unity. So for example, where do I download my file? and download. So this thing just drag inside into your asset. And then you will pop up, want to import, just import all. Basically what this is like import the database into Unity. So after you have import, you can see that now on your image target, you press your database, you can see there's a database that's just created by you, then create on the database, and then give it stones. So you can customize. So I think everyone has done until here, right? Is anyone still like can't follow up or anything? You're stuck at the registration page. May I know what registration page? Just simply type in anything. It's okay. Are you sure? You drag it into the asset here, like the bottom part of here. Don't drag it to any part of upside. Just drag it under this part. So can I know how much of you has like drag your database into your Unity and then you have like successfully change the image target into like the stones one? So just raise up your hand. See no ones. I think most of you are still like waiting for the system to import and compiling. Or you guys stuck at any parts? Can I know? So if any one of you have done until here, like maybe you have successfully dragged the database into the Unity. Okay. You just delete the external image target. So apparently you have two image target at the same time. Just delete the one you don't want. Okay. After you imported, you can see. Okay. I see that some of you has already successfully done it. So I'll just proceed. So now you want to create AI content on top of this AI image target. So click on the image target. Okay, I'll repeat once again. So at your target manager, press your target manager, and then you add a target. After you add a target, select single image, choose the file I gave you, and the width set to 0.16, and then set a name. After you've done this, there is something here. Click on it, and then download the database, and then choose for Unity editor. Download it. After you download it, drag your files, whatever where you download from. Drag your file inside here, the bottom side here, the asset here, and after you drag it, you will see that the database here will add an option, which is the database which is imported, and then select the image target from your database. Okay, so I'll just proceed first. Then now click on the image target and then go to the 3D object. You can create a sphere. So now I still haven't explained this. So basically, what is this column done is basically the control tool for our Unity. So for the first one, hand tool is basically like adjusting the camera view. So it doesn't actually adjust the position of the object. It just adjusts your camera view. So if you're holding your left mouse click, you're like changing the camera view in left, right, up, right. If you're holding your right mouse click, you're like rotating, something like this. So the next one is the move tool, where it changes the position of the object. For example, you can see there's a 3-arrow axis here, and then you drag it, again, you can change the axis. The third one is the rotate one. So same as 3 axis, and you can rotate. And then the fourth one is the scale. So same 3 axis, drag it, then you can adjust. Then the fifth one is the rectangular tool, but I don't think we're using here, and this is very not usually used. For the last one is a move, rotate, or scale. It's basically all in one, where you can control all together in one time, so you don't have to click one by one. So now for this tool, this ball is too big for us, so just go 0.1, 0.1, and then 0.1. B is too small, 0.5. Yep, this is okay. And then you adjust I want it to be center of this image target. So the image target is 0, 0, 0. So I just press 0, 0, 0, 0, and I'll up a bit. So after you're done, save first. So because the reason I want to call you to save is because sometimes Unity will crash, and then whatever you doesn't have saved, it just like disappear. So just some precaution. So after you've done this, you can like click on the play here. I think I need to turn off my webcam because my Teams is using my webcam now, so it doesn't show up. So I just turn on. Okay, so you can see that my face. So you download the picture onto your phones or anything, or you can print it out. So basically, this is the picture here, the stone picture, and you can see this augmented reality, the ball. So everyone done until this part, or are you guys still stuck at the previous part, or any step I need to repeat? Okay, sphere part. So I just repeat this again. So click on the image target and then go to the 3D object. Oops. Okay. Add target. Okay, I'll just repeat once again. You press add the target and then choose single image. Choose the stone's image, which I put in the upload in the Teams. And then the width you set to 0.16. Then create whatever name you want it to be. Add it, and you pop up this thing. Can you see this screen? Like this Vivara engine, this browser. Add target is not on your screen. I think it's because it doesn't create your database. Right, before you create. So first you need to create a license manager. After you create this, you go to target manager. Then there should be an add database here. Add the database, and then choose device, your database name. And after you create, there should be a database here. Click on the database, and then you show into this page. Like where you can add your target or anything. So may I know how much are you still stuck at this step? Because I assume that most of you have done this. Never mind, I just repeat the image target part for the sphere one. So under this image target, right click, and then you see a 3D object here. Just for a sphere or anything you like, any shape you like. And then change the scale into like 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. And then if you doesn't have this tool here, you just click on this move, rotate, or scale tool, or this move tool here. You show these 3 arrows, and you click on the y-axis and then drag it out. So you float around above the image target. So after you've done this, make sure that your sphere is under your image target. So there's a hierarchy here: your AR camera, image target, and sphere. And then before you run, just save once, so avoid case that corrupt or crash. So play, then show your image on the screen. You should show a image target, AR content here. So if any one of you has done until this part, so raise up your hand. No one. So can I know which part you guys start at? Hello? You have the sphere, no picture. Did you add the image target? Yeah. Oh, the reason is because your image target is too small. You just double click your image target, you see your image target. Like the size of your image target is very small compared to your sphere. Double click on your image target, you should see it. So for example, some of you like maybe facing this problem. So initially when you import the sphere, maybe it's very big. So like this, and you can't actually see your image target. So the reason is because your image target is too small. So double click on image target, you can see it here. So what you can do, you just reduce your size of your sphere. Yep. Chan, and then what you did now is add the database. Oh, you haven't done the get development key. So first you click on the get development key. I will just show you here again. Get development key. And then put a name for your license key. Click this box and then add confirm. Then you should show a license manager here. Click on your license manager. And then copy this license and put it into your AR camera, referral engine configuration, the app license key. And after you've done this, go to your target manager, add the database, select device, put a name for it, and create. After you create, there should be a database here. Click on the database, and under it, add a target, and choose single image, the file, the stone picture I just upload in the Teams. Width is 0.16, and then name, whatever name you like, and then add it. then download the database, and then drag it into Unity. So, okay, so I just proceed. So, can I know how much of it has already done until this part? Just raise up your hand. 1, 2. So make sure that you put your app license key up. So if not, this thing won't recognize. You need a license key to work. So only 2. Anyone else? You. Or you get any problem, just type in the chat. Maybe I just bring it very fast. How do I show the AI like you? Or what I did, I download the stone picture in my phones, and then I just show it into like, just download into a picture or photo in your phone, or if you like, you can print it out, but I don't think this is very convenient now. So this stone is very, you want to find this stone, you just go to Google and then Euphoria stones image target. So this is the picture I used. Just download it into your phone and then open it on your phone and it should show up. So anyone? Still 2? There's more that already done until this part. Or can I know most of you are stuck in at which part? Okay, never mind. So while waiting, I will show like what I previously want to show you how to do in this project. So initially I want to show you guys to do a solar system like this. So let me show it. So basically, what I want to show is I want to teach you how to make a 3D object and then to assign animation for your 3D object. So this is a solar system. And then you can see this solar system, there's a sun, a earth, and a moon rotating in the orbit. Then when you click on the sun, there's a panel here which train accordingly to your input, for example, sun or earth or moon. Yep. Depending on which one you click. Then there's a UI button here. When you click next, you show a video. So basically, this is what I want to like teach you how to do in today's workshop. But now I think most of you cannot like follow up. So it's okay, just look through the recording. I think you can follow it as well. Can't display in AR. Can I know like what exactly that mean? You make sure that your image target, the hierarchy here is correct. So make sure you have an AR camera, and then under AR camera there's an image target, and under image target there's a sphere. Don't make it like you like this. This won't work because your sphere and the image target are in the same order. Double click on your image target. Maybe your image target is too small. So some of you like maybe like after I create an image target, but I can't see my image target. Why is it? It's because like your image target is too small. So what you want to do is like you want to like zoom in like this using your scroll. Just double click on the image target and then you automatically zoom into it. For example, most of you like, for example, like this. Okay, I create my image again, but I can't see anything. So just click it. Drag. Can't display. Another thing is, have you put your license key in your AR camera? Here, open with our engine configuration, this license key, which my spear is always larger than the image target. Is that normal? Yes, this is normal. What you need to do is just reduce the scale of your spear. Like for example, here you just adjust the size to 1. My case is 0.5. Oh, okay. So I think I'll just proceed it. So let me ask one last time. So how many of you has already done until here? Like you can create your image target and then you can augmented your spear in your webcam. Just raise up your hand. May I know? Because if none of you has already done this, there's no point for me to continue. That's okay as well. Okay, never mind. If most of you cannot follow it, you just watch through this and then maybe you can learn by the recording. So after this, now we're going to create what you just need just now with a solar system. So now we're going to create the sun and the moon and the earth. So for now, going here, then we create another sphere again. So this will be like 0.1 or anything you like. Ending. So I make this into same alignment with my first sphere. So this is 0. Okay, put in 0.5 and then this also 0.5. And then name it this, the bigger one into rename into sun. And the smaller one, I just put it in the moon. And then remember that the file I call you to download from the workshop teams. So this file, the workshop. So drag the file into your asset again. Okay, after you drag, you can see there's a workshop file here. And then now these two sphere here is the one is sun and one is moon. So the sun and the moon doesn't in white color. So we're going to add a texture to this thing. So click on the workshop. You can see that there's a moon texture and a sun texture here. So we'll go for the moon first. So click on the small sphere. And then you can see the default material here. You can change to any other thing you like. Maybe in your default, there's no such many things because I've done in previously. So it's okay, but none of these look like a moon. So what you do is we need to create a material for our own. So right click on your asset, and then under here you can see a create, and then go to material, click it, and they should show a new material. And just create a moon texture. And then click on this moon texture. On the shader here, you go to legacy shadow, and click on diffuse. And after this, you should pop up this window. You can see this is a small select here. Select, and you choose the moon texture, which just import the workshop file. Yep, this one. Okay, then it's done. So click on the small sphere again. Then under the material elements, click on this small arrow, and then select the new material just create just now. So you're done. this is your moon. So for the sun, so I repeat again, you create a new material, and then initially it should show create a new material. Initially should show standard here, change to legacy shadow, then choose for diffuse. Under the diffuse here, this select the moon's texture from the workshop file, then okay, and then click on the small sphere. Then under this material here, elements, click on this small arrow here, then choose whatever you have created the material just now, the moon's texture. Okay, so for the sun, it's basically the same. So now we create again material. Since a sun is different from moon, suns will be like giving out light, so we need to like modify something. So also under standard legacy shadow, so we doesn't choose diffuse. Instead, we go for self-illumine. For self-illumine, and then go for specular. And then specular, and then the first select, press it, and then you select the sun texture. Then okay, you create a new material, and then click on the sun, a sphere, go to the material, and then change it. Yep. So there's your sun and your moon. So can you guys follow this? Or you guys stuck at any parts? Okay, never mind. Just watch the record. And then for the Earth, I want to like try another way. So we also can create a sphere, and then we put an Earth texture on it. So, but I want to show that the access store of Unity. So there's an access store for Unity. It's basically like a Play Store like in Android lah, but this is for Unity one. You click on the access store. Basically, this access store contains of all the external tools or material that others people create, and then they share on the store for you to download or use. So you search for the assets, and then you go for searching for the stylized Earth. This one. Click on it, and then you just click on this one. And then I have already imported this, so maybe just call you to download or anything, just press download, and then after download, just import it. So you show a list of things here, and just press import. So after import, you can see that there's a new file here called low poly earth. So there's a list here lah, but what we need is just the model of this earth. So we drag this earth, and then drag it under the image target. So earth is coming. So maybe I just adjust the size. It's too large. Okay, so now you've done your solar system. Smaller a bit. So this is your solar system. So as you can see in before, there's a directional light here. Delete this first. Then now you can see that the sun is glowing, but there's no sunlight on the or anything. So you need to like putting a light source. So right click again on your left hand side. Then there's a light here. Go to point light. And then under this point light, you drag into the image target. And you can see that this point light source is here. So now what I want to do is like I want to drag this into the center of the sun. Just roughly that. So you can see like there's a light here. So you run it again. Before that, let me save first. Okay, I just after I show this, I will like pause a while. So until now, you should see your thing should be look like this. Still not moving, it's static mode. So I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I know some of you are still at the access store to download the thing. It takes some time. So I start at 11:43 lah. So give it some time for you to maybe take a break or like importing, finish whatever you have done. So before I like progress, as you can see, or the point light. So under this image target, right click, you can see there's a light here. Click on point light. Let me delete the original one so you can see the difference. So image target, light, point light. So double click on point light, and you can see this is very large. So never mind. Click on it, and then you drag your point light into your center of your sun. So you can see as I'm dragging up, the light here also changing. So I want the sun directly come up from the. I want the light directly come out from the sun. So drag to the center of your sun. You can also adjust the range and the color of your light from the property here. For example, you can change it into like maybe I want blue color light or red color light, anything, but I just put it like white color lah. So you can change the intensity as well. For example, now it's 1 only if you want to like have, but if you put the intensity too high, maybe like it's not the very desired light lah. So just put it 1. I think 1 is okay. Yeah, sure. As long as like you just try it on your phone. Yeah, what you did is right. So yeah, the point light just like showing the light. It doesn't like really affect what you did here, like just like be more realistic. So until now, I think most of you are already done until this part, or maybe some of you are already not yet done. It's okay, just watch to the record again. So I want to make it into center a bit. So highlight all together. So now I want to make the self-rotation of the Earth, and then it rotate around the sun, same as the moon. So for the animation, click. Okay, so before we start, so you can see that there's a blue color here. The blue color means that it is the prefab which we download from other place, and then we use it directly here. So it's the blue color. So the blue color means that whatever you change in here, maybe the file here, you also affect the thing here. Like, and if you change the scale in here or anything, you also affect here. So this is very useful when you have a same asset which you use in many of the object here. So when you want to change something, you don't have to change one by one. Instead, you just change here and then all you will change. However, if you want to change just for this case, you can like right click and then there's a unpack prefab here, and then just unpack it and then it become white color. So this thing is when it become white color, it doesn't like relate to here anymore. So whatever you're changing here, it won't affect here as well. So now for the animation, we click on the earth, then go to Windows, then there's an animation here, click on the animation. So you pop out this window for which is animation, and then you click create, and just put it what the name you want. For example, I want this to be like earth, south, okay. Okay, so it will pop up a list of bar here. So if you want to like make an animation, make sure that you press this red color thing. Then after you do anything, so press the red color, and then you can see the time here become red color. Then now I want this earth to like turn and 260-degree. So there's a white light here. Grab the white light to like maybe whatever time you like lah. So the longer the time, the slower the earth will spin. Maybe in this case, I just put into 5, and then I want the rotate around this green color axis, which is y axis. So 360-degree. So on this play. So after you create, you see there's a key here, which means you have done something change in either position or scale or rotation here. So it's basically what you did in like video editor. Yeah, this is the window you are opening is right, the animation one. What you did is expand, and for your case, I think it's because you press on this animator. Just go back to your screen by pressing here. So you just play it, and you can see your earth is rotating. But as you can see, the earth is rotating like starting slowly at the start and then becoming faster in the middle and then slowing again at the end. So we want a constant speed. So let me see the comment first. Okay, animation part. So click on this earth here, and then go to Windows. Under Windows, there's the animations. Click on these animations, and then it should pop up this window. You pop up this window, and then so I just create a one. So in default, doesn't have anything, and then this should be a create a video clip here. You should create it, and then put a name you like, and then you show this thing. So never mind, I just delete everything. Yeah, so you create a new clip, and then put a name, and then you save it. And then if you want to start, click on the red circle here. Then I want this earth to rotate to 360-degree. So maybe I just like drag it into, grab the white light, holding this white light, and then move to like maybe anytime you like. And okay, maybe 5 minutes. Then 360-degree. And if you want to preview, just play it. So as you can see, the speed of Earth is not constant. So if you're going fast in the middle part and then slowing down at the start, at the end. So the middle part is fast, and then you slow down at the end. So what you need to do here is like under this bottom here, you can see there's a curve. You just click on the white light, not right click, just left click. Holding your left click, pressing a white light, and then holding left click, and then drag to whatever time you like. Yeah, you're right. It's becoming red color, and then move your cursor to the white light, and then left click, and then hold on your left click, and then drag down. Okay. Yeah. You need to click on the grid panel here. You can't go click under this bottom part. It will like not respond to you. Just hold on this top part. And then go to the curve here. You can see that. So this is the curve. Where the y-axis is the change in angle, and then the x-axis is the time. As you can see, this is like a curve here, a half side curve here, which we doesn't want. We want it to be a straight line which have a constant rotational speed. So you can see there's a dot here. Right click on it, and it will show you list of selection here. Click on the auto, and turn to a straight line, and same as for the starting. And back to the loop sheet, and play it again. Yep, now speed is like constant. So after you've done this, go to back to your main panel here. Then you can see when you click on your low poly earth, under this you can see an animator here, and then this apply root motion. Just click on it, and then just save it first, then run again. Now your earth should be rotating. Did you change for your second key, the second two dot on your 1 minute there? Did you change your anything of your, maybe like you rotate your earth or anything? So maybe like click on this animation. So make sure you have done something like changing here. If you just here also 0, so of course there'll be like nothing changing. To make sure that you change anything. It should be rotating. Or maybe what you can do is like extend your time maybe to longer a bit. So maybe is it work now? After you create the animation, click on the apply root motion. So basically what you can do in the animation is very much. So you can also like changing the scale of your Earth or anything. For example, I want it to be like anything you can do. For example, I want to change my scale, or I want to adjust my position here, for example. Anything you can change your position, you can change your rotation, you can change your scale as well. But in this case, we only want to we only want it to be like rotate. So fine. Okay. So now, as you can see in the animation, that actually the way of we adjust the object is very limited. So either we can move up, move down, or rotate around itself, or changing the scale. So if you want to like move this Earth around this sun, you can't just do in the window here. So we need to do a script for it. So under your asset, right click, create a C# script. So in Unity, basically all the script are in C#. And you double click this script, and then you open a Visual Studio. So in default, I think that most of you are opening a Visual Studio. So if you are opening a 2005 version one and you want to upgrade, you just go to the your window. Wait. Okay, never mind. I will do it later. So under your Unity C# script default, there's a library here, and then there's a void start and a void update here. It's basically like what you did in Arduino. You start, and then this is the loop. Okay, just sign into your Visual Studio. So if you're using, if you're not, so I think in default, you show your 2005 Visual Studio. If you're not happy with it, just go to Window, then Package Manager. And again, search for Visual Studio at Code Editor, and then press on this arrow here, and see your version, and then you can like update to any version you like. Or in other case, that you have Visual Studio in your PC, but it's just showing you 2005 one, you can go to Edit, Preference, External tool here. You can see there's an external script editor. You can like open by file extension or browse your Visual Studio on your PC. So mine is Visual Studio 2019. Okay, so now what we do in this script is I thought someone is comment. So first of all, we need to like initiation. So we need to like set a variable for this Earth. So now public. I'll just type out the code first, and then I'll explain in a very short manner. So you want to have a sun, an Earth, and a moon. And then after you've done this, now we want to go to the void update, and then now what we want to do is I want this Earth to rotate around this sun. So what I can do is Earth transform around and then up. Okay, so what this could mean is that I want this Earth transform and rotate around this parent, which is, so I want this Earth to transform and rotate around the sun. So I will make this sun to the parent of this Earth, and to rotate around the current sun position, which is this code, and then around the sun y-axis, which is up here. So the phi f here is just a time, for example, how much angle you want to rotate per second. The time that time here means per second, and the f here just in float. So if I save this, and then I drag this script into the sun, because so for this, just like I create, I doesn't like adjust the hierarchy here. So make sure that the Earth is under the sun. I want the Earth to become the children of the sun, and the moon to become the children of Earth. Then drag the script into the sun, and you can see there's an error here. So you can see after dragging, there's a new behavior script here. You can see there's a sun, Earth, and moon. So drag the corresponding game object into it. Your sun, your Earth, and your moon. So after dragging it, now save. All right. So it's now your moon is rotating around your Earth. So I want, and your Earth is also rotating around your sun. It's moved very slow, so maybe you can see the difference. So actually the moon is not rotating around, it's just like fixed on this position. As the Earth rotate, it just rotate around. So I don't want this to happen since the moon is rotate with the same speed of with the Earth. So in the actual case, the moon is much faster. So what I need to do here is just copy this again. But in this case, I don't want the Earth, I want to be moon. And this speed, I just adjust it into 15. If again. Yeah, you can see that it's rotating around. you save it, you save the code, and then after you save the code, drag your code into the sun. Then after you drag your code into the sun, you like show up and you click on the sun, you can see there's a new behavior script here, and then drag the corresponding game object into it. For example, the sun, you just drag it, sun, and then earth, drag into the earth, then moon, drag it into the moon. And then make sure that your earth is becoming the children of the sun, and then your moon is becoming the children of the earth. There's a hierarchy here. Yep, that should be working fine. Just now the earth is rotating. We are not on a not constant speed, so now should be a constant speed. So basically, this is how you done your augmented content. Then, in any case you want to add anything else, just press on the image target, and then, for example, I want to add a text here. So go to the 3D object. Then there's a 3D text here. Drag it under the image target. So as you can see, proceed. So I want to change. What is this? You can see the word is very blurry because the font size here is 0. So maybe you just make it into 32. And then you reduce the scale. Now it should be very clear. Now run again. Yep. So the moon here is going to the sun. So what you can do is maybe adjust the distance between the sun and the earth and the moon. Just leave it here. So here, the moon is very closer to the earth. So after we've done this, I want to do, remember there's a panel here, we I just showed you just now. So under the AR camera, click on the UI, and then canvas. So there's a canvas here. As you can see, this canvas is very, very big compared to our image target. So, and you can't actually reduce the width and the height of it because due to random modes, because this canvas is used for screen space and overlay, which you basically use in our phone. So the position of anything is fixed on our phone, so it fits to our screen. So what we want to do now is not this case, so we just change into the world space. Then now we can adjust this thing. And maybe I just adjust into too big. Oh, the position here. Yeah. So you adjust the canvas depending on your what you want. So maybe this is drag it in front. And then for this canvas, you under this canvas, right click again, you create a under UI, you create a panel, and you can see a blur panel here. So this is the panel where we put our text or video or any button here. So for example, now on this panel to like show a text. So go to like UI, then you press on text, then you adjust the text. You can see there's a text box here. Adjust the width. Adjust the width, and the size for the text, maybe I change it into 32. So you can see this opposite, so I need to change around y-axis 180 degree. Now, okay, so now save it first. Then sun, I will drag up a bit so it doesn't block by the canvas. You can see there's a panel here, which you can put a text here. And in the previous project, we showed that I put it. So let me show again the project. So this is just now the project I've done. So you can see there's a panel here with a text. Then when I click on each of these sun or earth or moon here, it will like respond to it. So now what we need to do is like, how can we make a response for this object? So now for this, we need to do again for the script. So click on the script we just create just now. And then I just send the code. I just send the code to the teams. Yeah. So here's the code for this script. Just copy and paste it. So yeah. After you copy this code I send here, the comment. So I just briefly explain what is this. So basically this is a code to detect whether you press any input. For example, your mouse click from your PC or your finger click in your Android or any phones. So this two code is like detecting which position are you clicking. So now remember that in your here you can like, if you hit something which have a name of sun, for example, this case the sun, and then you like do anything. So actually I put this panel into like, okay, let me get into clear. So I rename this into sun. Earth. Then this is moon. And then this is panel for sun. So I call it sun panel. So what this could do is, if you hit the object with a name of sun, you will like active this panel. So how you active a panel is actually like sun panel, then set active and true or false. So as you can see, this red here because I didn't set a game object for this name sun panel, but this is S panel. So just change into S panel. and then through, then, well, if you're hitting Earth and then you show a Earth panel, well, within here just one panel, you can create another 2 more panel. So you just duplicate it. And then duplicate. So maybe this is Earth panel. And this is panel. So there's a 3 panel here. Maybe I will change this to show you what's the difference. So I untick over here. So initially it doesn't show anything. And then make sure that this name here is exactly same as what you wrote in here. So, or else you won't find a corresponding game object. Save it. Then after you save it, this script here should be like pop up 3 new things, which is a sun panel, earth panel, and moon panel. Drag your sun panel inside it, or earth panel inside it, and your moon panel inside it. Do it again, and now run. So when I click on the sun panel, it should show me a panel here. And when I click on the moon, yeah, the moon panel, and I click on the earth, oh, earth is not showing anything. It's because this, as you can see, this sun panel and this sun and the moon here, we create our own one. So there's a collider here, which is used to detect if your touch is collide with any game object. But for the earth, we import from other place cell. So there's no collider here. So what you can do is add component, and then you click on mesh collider, go for search for mesh, and then there's a mesh collider, and you press on this convex, and then you like mesh this earth, and you run again, it should working. So sun, the earth, the moon. Yeah. Now for the last one, I think it's the button one. So I will just do for one panel since the other two is just the same one. Let's show this, and then under this panel, you can create a UI, and there's a button here. And after you create this button, you can see there's a one thing here. I change this brief one, like the size of the button text will be like 2. Since it's opposite, so I need to change it Y axis on the DDB. When I drag it to the bottom part. Okay, so now this button has done, but actually when you click on the button, it doesn't like react to any of the input because it doesn't have any script attached to it. So what you do is like create a new script, and then so actually for the script, one of the things you need to like make sure that the name here, this name here must be exactly same as the name here. For example, if you rename your script here, make sure you rename it inside the script also, or else the script will not work. So for the button control code, I will like copy again, paste in the themes. So there's another code that copy in the themes. So I just explain it brief. So basically what they do, I got a 2 panels. So just now you see there's a text panel and a video panel. Right? The one panel show all the text, and then the other video panel show the video. And then in this here, we want the initially you want the text to show whenever we click on the sphere. So and the video panel to be hiding. So we just use the stack active thing. So make sure that you create a game object for each of the panel. And then we create two functions. So the one function is like the function when the next button is pressed. So which means this. So I want this to be like next button. Next button. So when the next button is created, I want the text panel to disappear and then show the video panel. So basically, it's two things. And there's a back button as well, which you haven't created. So never mind, just create here. So for the video panel, you go to 3D object, go to plane, create it. Yeah, just rename it. So this is sun text now. And this is on video panel. Okay, so this we notice that these two panels doesn't create from the same one. The text panel is created from the UI, which is the panel here. For the video panel is created from the 3D object, the panel here. So the plane here. So what I need to do now, sorry, to hide this thing first. So this is the video panel we just create. Then what you do, go to the workshop, and then you drag any of the video here, maybe. So this a video, just drag it and move into the video panel. Then we adjust the width. So this is the video panel. I'm going to like 90 degree, and you change the scale. Should be fine. This is the video panel. So it's overlay with the text panel here. So maybe we just move it front a bit. Okay. And after you drag the video in, you can see that there's a video clip here. And then just play it. You can see that. You can see you have successfully created a panel which contains a video. So the last part is I'm going to create a button for this panel as well. So I just click on the button here, and then I duplicate back here. So for this is back button. That button. And then initially when I click on this sun, I want the default panel to be text. So I just show this and I hide this video panel. Okay. So what we do now is when we click the sun, you show us this panel. And then after showing this panel, when you click on the next, you show the video panel which hiding, and then the text panel will disappear. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is like assign the script we just created, the second script, which I paste the code. So the asset, the second script. So we change the name. I didn't change the name here. So the second script, I didn't save it. Save it. And then you drag the script into the button, the next button and the back button. So you can see that can't add a script component new behavior script one. This is because I copied the code from the previous job. So as you can see in the script, I named this script as the button control, but in here there's a new behavior. So the name is not same, so you can't actually drag the script inside it. So what you do is like rename this into button control, and now it should be working. Drag it, drag the button control script into the button, next button, and the back button. So after you drag it, you can see that there's a game object drag here. So text panel is this one, and then the front video panel is this one. So same as the back button, sun text panel, and then sun video panel. And then the last thing you need to do is on the button there, you can see there's a plus sign here when on click. So you press the plus sign here. So this means that when this button is clicked, I want it to run the script from the button control, which is next function. So for the back button, same. When this button is pressed, I want it to run the function from the script button control, which is back button. Now, save again. Then I want this panel to hide unless I press on the view panel. So initially there's a no panel here, and I press on the sun, it show a panel here. And when I press next, it should show me the video. And I press back again. I press Earth or anything else. So basically for the Earth and the Moon panel, it's basically the same thing. I just copy and paste what you did here, and then remember to change the name, and then it should be working fine. So I think that's all for the workshop today. So I think most of you can't follow it because you are first time using this, and I also first time like conducting a workshop. So there's many miscommunication. So I think it's okay. You can just look at the record, and then it's a very simple project. You can do it within 1 or 2 hours. So I think that's all for my workshop. So do you have any question or like any thing to ask? It's okay. For the coding part, we just have 2 scripts, and then for each of the script, I have already posted the code inside the comment part. So you just copy and paste it. So if you guys have no question at all, then I will like maybe end this workshop. And thanks for everyone for attending this workshop. And then have a good day. Thanks. Yes, for Unity, all the code are restricted to C# only. You can't use other code. This is Unity. You can't like actually adjust anything. Question? Thanks.
Okay, I think we can have a very quick group photo section. So can you guys open your webcam, and then we have a very quick group photo section. Is still here? How can you close your screen sharing? Don't feel shy lah. Come. Okay, so Theo, you take the picture. Okay lah, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much, everyone. So have a nice day. Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.